What if I told you that hidden within ancient Buddhist teachings lies a profound understanding of how your body can heal itself naturally without relying solely on medicine? Right now, at this very moment, thousands of practitioners around the world are discovering something remarkable. They're learning that the Buddha didn't just teach about enlightenment and suffering. He taught specific principles about the profound connection between mind, body, and natural healing. And here's what might surprise you most. These aren't vague spiritual concepts. These are practical, specific teachings that modern science is now confirming work. By the end of this video, you'll discover 4 powerful Buddhist principles that explain how your body's natural healing capacity can be awakened through ancient wisdom. What you're about to learn has been practiced for over 2,500 years. And it's more relevant today than ever before. Stay with me, because this could completely transform how you understand your body's incredible ability to heal. Dear friends, I want to begin by acknowledging something that so many of us experience in our modern lives. You wake up feeling exhausted, even after a full night's sleep. Your body carries tension that never seems to fully release. You experience headaches, digestive issues, chronic pain, or that persistent feeling that something just isn't quite right. You've tried various approaches, visited doctors, taken medications, and yet something still feels unresolved. Have you ever felt this way? You're not alone in this experience. What if I told you that the Buddha himself addressed this very human struggle over 2 millennia ago? Not as a doctor, but as someone who understood the profound interconnection between our mental states and our physical well-being. Now, before we go deeper, let me be absolutely clear about something important. Buddhist teachings about natural healing are not about rejecting modern medicine. The Buddha himself was known as the Great Physician, and he taught his disciples to care for the sick with great compassion and skill. What we're exploring today is how Buddhist wisdom can work alongside and complement medical care by addressing the root causes of suffering in the body. These ancient teachings offer us something precious. They offer us 4 profound insights into how our bodies possess an innate wisdom and healing capacity that we can learn to support and strengthen. If this topic speaks to your heart, consider subscribing so we can continue this Dharma journey together. Many practitioners in our community have found these teachings genuinely life-changing. So let me share with you the first profound principle. First, let's talk about something the Buddha taught that modern science is only now beginning to fully understand. The principle of mind and body as one inseparable whole. Imagine this common situation. You're facing a stressful deadline at work, or perhaps you're going through a difficult time in a relationship. Your mind is filled with worried thoughts, spinning in circles. And then you notice something. Your shoulders have become tight. Your stomach feels unsettled. Your jaw is clenched without you even realizing it. Perhaps you develop a headache that won't go away. This isn't coincidence, dear friends. This is what the Buddha taught about the intimate connection between mental states and physical manifestations. In the Dhammapada verse 1, the Buddha teaches, all experiences are preceded by mind, led by mind, made by mind. Think about the profound implications of this teaching. The Buddha is telling us that our mental states literally shape our physical experience. When he taught this 25 centuries ago, it seemed like pure philosophy. But today, modern neuroscience confirms exactly what he observed. Chronic stress, anxiety, anger, and fear trigger measurable physical responses in our bodies. Our nervous system shifts into fight or flight mode. Cortisol floods our bloodstream. Inflammation increases throughout our body. Our immune system becomes suppressed. Our digestion slows or becomes disrupted. These aren't separate problems. They're all manifestations of the mind-body connection the Buddha described. Here's what this means for you in your daily life in 2025. Every time you hold on to resentment, every time you replay anxious thoughts, every time you resist what is happening in this moment, your body responds. It tightens, it inflames, it depletes its healing resources. But here's the beautiful truth. Just as negative mental states create harmful physical responses, positive mental states activate healing responses. When you practice mindfulness, when you cultivate compassion, when you rest in present moment awareness, your body shifts into what scientists call the relaxation response. Your parasympathetic nervous system activates. Healing hormones are released. Inflammation decreases. Your immune system strengthens. This is the natural healing capacity the Buddha spoke about. Let me give you a practical example from modern life. Sarah, a 58-year-old office manager, suffered from chronic tension headaches for years. She tried various medications with limited success. Then she began practicing just 10 minutes of mindful breathing each morning and evening, focusing her attention on the sensation of breath moving in and out of her body. Within 3 weeks, her headaches decreased by 70%. Not because breathing cured a disease, but because she learned to notice and release the chronic tension she was holding in her body throughout the day. She learned to recognize when stress was building and to respond with awareness rather than resistance. If you're finding value in this teaching, a like helps share this Dharma with others who need it. And please subscribe. We release new Dharma teachings every week to support your practice. The Buddha taught us that when we understand the mind-body connection, we gain access to our body's innate healing wisdom. This isn't magic. This is recognizing what has always been true. Now let's explore the second profound principle. Second, we come to what the Buddha taught about the root of all suffering and how it manifests in our physical bodies. Have you ever noticed how your physical symptoms seem to intensify when you resist them? You have a headache, and you think, I hate this headache, it shouldn't be here, why won't it go away? And somehow, the pain seems to grow stronger with each resistant thought. This is the principle of suffering arising from attachment and aversion that the Buddha taught in the Four Noble Truths. The Buddha taught in the Majjhima Nikaya, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. When he spoke these words, he was making a crucial distinction that most people miss. Physical pain or discomfort is part of being human, part of having a body. We will experience sensations, some pleasant, some unpleasant. This is the first arrow of pain. But then comes the second arrow, the arrow we shoot at ourselves. This is our mental reaction, our resistance, our story about the pain. This is terrible. This shouldn't be happening. What if it never goes away? This means something is seriously wrong with me. The second arrow is often more painful than the first. And here's what's remarkable. The second arrow, our mental suffering about the pain, actually intensifies our physical experience and blocks our body's natural healing response. When we resist pain, our nervous system interprets this resistance as danger. Our stress response activates. Our muscles tighten around the painful area. Our breathing becomes shallow. Blood flow becomes restricted. All of this interferes with our body's natural healing processes. But when we practice what the Buddha taught, when we meet pain with mindful awareness and acceptance, something extraordinary happens. We stop adding the second arrow. We create space around the sensation. And in that space, our body's healing wisdom can work. Let me share how this applies to your life today. John, a 62-year-old retired teacher, lived with chronic lower back pain for over a decade. He had tried physical therapy, medications, injections, everything conventional medicine could offer. The pain was always there, and his life had become smaller and smaller as he avoided activities. Then he learned about mindful pain practice from Buddhist teachings. Instead of fighting the pain, trying to make it go away, or telling himself stories about it, he learned to simply observe it with kind curiosity. What does this sensation actually feel like right now? Where exactly is it located? Is it sharp or dull? Does it pulse or remain constant? Can I breathe into this area? This practice didn't make the pain magically disappear, but something profound shifted. The suffering decreased dramatically. He found he could function better, do more activities, and most surprisingly, the intensity of the pain itself began to decrease over time. Why? Because he stopped feeding it with resistance and fear. He stopped shooting the second arrow. In the Diamond Sutra, the Buddha teaches about dwelling nowhere and letting the mind flow freely. When we apply this to physical healing, it means not grasping at comfort or pushing away discomfort. It means allowing our experience to be exactly as it is while maintaining awareness and compassion. This creates the optimal internal environment for healing. Your nervous system relaxes. Your body redirects energy away from stress responses and toward repair and restoration. Natural anti-inflammatory processes activate. Your immune system functions more effectively. Drop a comment and let me know if you've experienced this transformation from resistance to acceptance. Our community learns from each other's experiences. Now let's discover the third powerful principle. Third, let's explore what the Buddha taught about the healing power of compassion, especially self-compassion. This might be the most overlooked aspect of natural healing in Buddhist teaching. Think about how you typically respond when your body isn't feeling well. For many of us, we become frustrated, even angry at our bodies. Why is my body betraying me? I should be healthier than this. My body is failing me. We treat our bodies as opponents, as problems to be fixed. But the Buddha taught something radically different. In the Metta Sutta, the Buddha instructs us to cultivate loving kindness toward all beings, including ourselves. He says, just as a mother would protect her only child with her life, even so, let one cultivate a boundless heart toward all beings. Now, let me ask you something. If you would protect a beloved child with such tenderness and care, why wouldn't you offer that same quality of care to your own body? Your body isn't your enemy. Your body is doing its absolute best to maintain balance, to heal, to serve you every single moment of every single day. Even when you're experiencing symptoms, your body is sending you messages, trying to restore equilibrium. That headache might be your body saying, you need rest. That digestive discomfort might be your body saying, slow down, stress less. That chronic pain might be your body saying, notice me, care for me, I need your attention. Modern research in psychoneuroimmunology, the study of how psychology affects the immune system, has discovered something remarkable. Self-compassion literally strengthens immune function. When we practice self-compassion, our bodies produce more immunoglobulin A crucial antibody that fights infection. Our cortisol levels, the stress hormone, decrease significantly. Our heart rate variability improves, which is a marker of nervous system resilience. Inflammation markers in our blood decrease. All of this creates the optimal internal environment for healing. But here's what's even more beautiful. The Buddha taught metta practice not as a technique to get something, but as a way of being that's natural to our true nature. I'd love to hear your experience with this teaching in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, join our growing Sangha. We explore profound Buddhist wisdom every week. Let me share with you how to practice this in your daily life right now. When you wake up tomorrow morning, before you even get out of bed, place your hands on your heart. Take 3 deep breaths and silently say to yourself and to your body, may I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I care for myself with kindness. When you experience physical discomfort during the day, pause. Place your hand gently on the area that hurts. Breathe naturally and speak to your body the way you would speak to a frightened child who needs comfort. I hear you. I'm here with you. Thank you for trying so hard to heal. I will take care of you. This isn't just feel-good spirituality, beloved friends. This is activating your body's natural healing mechanisms through the doorway of compassion. Maria, a 55-year-old nurse, struggled with an autoimmune condition that caused chronic fatigue and joint pain. For years, she pushed through, telling herself she needed to be tough, that acknowledging the pain was weakness. When she began practicing self-compassion meditation, speaking kindly to her body each day, something shifted. Her pain levels didn't disappear overnight, but her relationship with her body transformed. She started honoring her body's need for rest. She stopped judging herself for limitations. She began to notice small improvements she had overlooked before. And over 6 months, her inflammation markers improved, her energy increased, and her overall quality of life transformed. The Buddha knew what modern science is now confirming. Compassion heals. Self-compassion activates healing. And when we stop fighting our bodies and start befriending them, we unlock natural healing potential we didn't know we had. Finally, let's explore the 4th essential principle. Fourth, we arrive at the Buddha's teaching on the middle way and how it creates the foundation for natural healing. This teaching might be the most practical and immediately applicable of everything we've discussed today. The Buddha's journey to enlightenment began with an important discovery. He tried extreme asceticism, denying his body, pushing himself to the edge of death through fasting and harsh practices. And he found this didn't lead to awakening. Then he tried the opposite, living in luxury with every pleasure satisfied. And he found this didn't lead to awakening either. Only when he discovered the middle way, the path of balance, did he achieve enlightenment. In the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the first teaching the Buddha gave after his enlightenment, he taught the middle way between extremes. He said, there are these 2 extremes that ought not to be cultivated by one who has gone forth. What 2? Devotion to sensual pleasure and devotion to self-mortification. Now, how does this ancient teaching apply to natural healing in your life today? Think about how we typically approach health in modern society. We swing between extremes. We eat whatever we want, ignoring our body's needs, then suddenly go on extreme restrictive diets. We push ourselves relentlessly without rest, then collapse in exhaustion. We ignore symptoms until they become severe, then panic and over-medicate. We sit sedentary for hours, then suddenly do intense exercise that strains our bodies. These extremes exhaust our bodies and interfere with natural healing. the middle way teaches us something different. It teaches us consistent, balanced care, regular, moderate movement rather than extreme exercise or complete inactivity, nourishing food in appropriate amounts rather than overeating or restrictive dieting, adequate sleep without oversleeping, work balanced with rest, stimulation balanced with silence. This is how we create the conditions for natural healing. Your body thrives on rhythm, on consistency, on gentle, sustained care. Not dramatic interventions, but daily practices of balance. Let me give you concrete examples for life in 2025. Instead of scrolling on your phone until midnight, then wondering why you can't sleep, practice the middle way. Set a reasonable time to put devices away, perhaps 9 p.m. Instead of sitting at your desk for 8 hours straight, then doing an intense workout, practice the middle way. Take short movement breaks every hour, just 2 minutes of stretching or walking. Do moderate exercise you can sustain regularly rather than extreme workouts you can't maintain. Instead of eating highly processed food all week, then doing a harsh cleanse diet, practice the middle way. Make small, sustainable improvements to your daily food choices. Add more vegetables, drink more water, reduce processed foods gradually. Instead of ignoring stress until you burn out or becoming obsessed with stress management, practice the middle way. Build simple daily practices, even just 5 minutes of mindful breathing morning and evening. The Buddha also taught the importance of the 5 precepts as a foundation for all spiritual practice, and these directly support physical healing. Abstaining from killing cultivates reverence for life, including your own body's life. Abstaining from taking what's not given teaches us to receive what our body needs. Abstaining from sexual misconduct preserves our vital energy. Abstaining from false speech reduces the stress of living dishonestly. Abstaining from intoxicants keeps our awareness clear to notice what our body needs. Share your thoughts below. Our community learns from each other. When we live according to these principles, we're not following rigid rules. We're creating the optimal conditions for our body's natural healing wisdom to function. Robert, a 67-year-old retired engineer, transformed his health through this middle way approach. He had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, prediabetes, and chronic stress. Instead of making extreme changes he couldn't sustain, he applied the middle way. He began walking 20 minutes every morning. He added 1 serving of vegetables to each meal. He practiced 10 minutes of meditation before bed. He reduced alcohol from nightly to weekends only. Small, balanced, sustainable changes. Within 1 year, all his health markers improved significantly. His doctor was able to reduce his medications. But more importantly, he felt better than he had in 20 years. Not because of dramatic intervention, but because of consistent, balanced care. The middle way isn't glamorous. It doesn't promise quick fixes. But it's the path the Buddha taught because it works. It's sustainable, it's kind, it respects your body's wisdom, and it creates lasting transformation. So, dear Dharma companions, let's bring this all together. We've explored 4 profound Buddhist principles for natural healing. First, we discovered how the Buddha taught that mind and body are inseparably connected, and how our mental states directly influence our physical health. When we practice mindfulness and awareness, we activate our body's natural healing responses. Second, we learned how the Buddha's teaching on the 2 arrows shows us that our resistance to pain often creates more suffering than the pain itself. When we meet physical discomfort with acceptance rather than resistance, we create space for healing. Third, we explored the healing power of compassion, especially self-compassion. When we treat our bodies with the loving kindness the Buddha taught, we activate powerful healing mechanisms. And fourth, we examined how the middle way of balance creates the optimal foundation for natural healing. Consistent, moderate, sustainable practices support our body's wisdom. Now, I want to be clear about something vitally important. These Buddhist principles are not substitutes for medical care. The Buddha himself encouraged his disciples to care for the sick and to use skillful means, including medicine when needed. What we're talking about here is a complementary approach. These teachings address the mental, emotional, and lifestyle factors that profoundly influence our physical health. They work alongside medical treatment, not instead of it. But they offer something modern medicine alone cannot provide. They offer a way to address root causes. They offer practices that support healing at the deepest levels. They offer wisdom about how to live in a way that honors your body's natural healing capacity. Remember, your body is not a machine that occasionally breaks down and needs fixing. Your body is a living, wise, constantly adapting organism with profound healing intelligence. Every moment, your body is working to maintain balance, to repair damage, to restore health. When we align our lives with Buddhist principles of mindfulness, acceptance, compassion, and balance, we support this natural healing process. We remove obstacles. We create optimal conditions. We work with our body's wisdom rather than against it. If this Dharma teaching resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe for weekly wisdom. Share your biggest insight from today's teaching in the comments. I read every single one and often reply. Your engagement helps this content reach others who need these teachings. Click that subscribe button to join our community of practitioners and turn on notifications so you never miss a teaching. I'm deeply grateful you've taken this time to explore these ancient teachings with me today. May you treat your body with the compassion it deserves. May you trust in your body's natural healing wisdom. May you find the middle way that supports your well-being. And may all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. Until our next Dharma talk, practice with patience, live with kindness, and honor the precious gift of this body you've been given. May you be healthy, may you be peaceful, may you be free. Thank you for being here, dear friends.